Will this ever end? Pun intended. I know, it's bad. I know. But let me tell you, honey, something. This lawsuit is fucking juicy. Thank you, Baldoni, for the tea. Apparently, allegedly, Blake also sexually harassed Justin with proof. Let's say that. Well, allegedly, according to him. And that it's not Justin who body shamed her. It's her body shaming him, and we have proof for that because he provided the receipts, hunty, and thank you for that, bitch. To the extent of my obsession of this story, I'm like literally, I was since the Gen Z lawyer of Baldoni said he's gonna sue Blake into oblivion with receipts, honey.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit. It's all going to be based on evidence.
Unexpected turn. Taylor Swift is involved, and Blake Lively is comparing herself to main character from Game of Thrones, the blonde lady. What's fucking her name? God. She compares herself to Khaleesi and her friends as dragons. We're gonna get into this, but let's get to the juicy part, right? So he basically claims that she was the one who always initiated unwanted kissing scenes or unwanted like sexual scenes. It wasn't him, and that he has a proof. There basically were a couple of scenes where she pulled him to kiss him. It was kind of improvised on the spot, although she claimed that he kept improvising sexual scenes without her consent. And after the writer's strike, she came back and said,
"Hey, no, I don't want to work on this movie. I'm threatening not to come back unless Justin stops assaulting me, and every sexual scene must have a part like
intimacy director, whatever, and everything has to be rehearsed." But he says,
No. She's the one who kissed me all the time, just pulled him in randomly and kissed him.
He shamed her so much. He said, but as a professional actor, he understands that it's just part of the job, that you get to kind of improvise these scenes and then you take a bunch of takes. Sometimes you want to get the kiss right or whatever.
So he was just not thinking of it anything, and he was just taking it as it is professionally.
And I was like, damn, honey, you are dissing her so bad. Like, basically, he's not suing her for sexual harassment because he says it's part of the job. You know, these scenes are sometimes improvised, which, again, easier for men to say than a woman. Like, I don't want to be like randomly kissed all the time by a guy, unless he looks like Justin Baldoni. Not gonna lie, he looks good. But for him, obviously, it's easier to take it in than for her, right? Like, if I was with some guy and I'm already in a relationship and I don't like him that much and he keeps kissing me, like, but basically, there's like a rumor on the street that actually Blake was into Justin a lot. That's why she kept kissing him and whatever. And then like Ryan was super jealous. And she's like,
no, it's him that keeps coming on to me, and
he got jealous and he tried to destroy her. And she's like, no, it was him. He's coming on to me, honey. Which I might believe, because Justin is a good looking guy. Did you see him without shirt? Yeah, mamacita, honey, he's hot. I'm not a fan of his lips. His lips look kind of weird, but on that, good looking. The second crazy allegation is, well, not allegation, kind of a proof, right? She body shamed him. She basically kept breaking out of the character during one of the scenes, and she joked about his nose and said that he should get a plastic surgery. Bitch, is this you? That's a body shaming, right? You know what I say? Never forget where you came from. I never forget I'm just a simple girl from Kazakhstan.
And I think you shouldn't forget that you've done your nose.
Just because you've done your nose doesn't mean he should do his nose. All right, maybe you're unhappy with yours, but he's happy with his. I think his nose is gorgeously beautiful. You know, like, I don't like my nose either. And if you tell me to get a surgery, I will get it done, honey. Don't worry, but just give me the money, please. Honestly, if you would just come up to me and tell,
your nose is kind of ugly, you should have a plastic surgery, be like,
I'm not gonna sue you for that, bitch. I'm like, okay, cool, but that's your fucking opinion. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm so happy for 2024 for exposing Diddy, Jay-Z's to be, and a bunch of other celebrities got canceled, and now her. But let's be honest, she's not a horrible person in terms of like, she's not like abusing anyone, except with her power. Notsohot Show. Hi, my name is Akma, and this is Notsohot Show. And this show is about not hot things, as this lawsuit, because this is ridiculous. Justin Baldoni and other people like Wayfair Company and stuff like that, and Melissa Nathan, who is Justin's crisis PR manager, they sued Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds. They dragged Disney and Sony into it as well. It's for $400 million for civil extortion, defamation, invasion of privacy. I like the approach that his lawyer took with this. Basically, they read the room very well. The reason we're siding with Justin is because he's like the underdog and she's like this basically a bully. And that's why we're siding with him. It's like Goliath versus David. And I don't know which one is which, but I didn't read the Bible. We all kind of see ourselves in Justin's place, like especially when it comes to workplaces, you know, when somebody is just much more powerful than you and taking credit for all of your work. We can all relate to that. And I think that's why we kind of like relating to Justin on this. And that's why we're supporting him. And that's why they kind of decided to present this lawsuit in this way. And look what the lawsuit says. This is not the case about celebrities sniping at each other in the press. This is a case about two of the most powerful stars in the world deploying their enormous power to steal an entire film right out of the hands of the director and production studio, which is true. Which is true. Do I actually think they sued each other to actually win the lawsuits? I don't think so. You can clearly tell this is lawsuits for us, for public opinion. So basically, he filed a 179-page complaint. That's double the size of Blake Lively's, and I think they're competing who has a bigger dick at this point. 400 million, again, doubling or nothing. 250 million against New York Times and 400 against Blake and Ryan. Demanding a jury trial, which is great. I think Blake also demanded jewelry trial. This is gonna be fun, but I think jury will definitely side with him. Honey, you're not gonna win that. But you're a woman, maybe you might. And he filed that in Southern District of New York. And the reason I love it, you know this TV show about a guy who works as an attorney in Southern District of New York? It's like House of Cards, but about the Southern District of New York. So I'm like super excited about that. They claim that Lively stole Wayfair's movie, hijacked Wayfair's premiere, and destroyed plaintiff's personal and professional reputation, which I do agree with. Like, at the end of the day, you can hate her as much as you want, right? But let's not forget, he found the book, he read the book, he bought the rights to the book, he decided to make a movie out of that, and she was like, it's mine, because I feel like I can make it better. Bitch, I don't care. I don't care. It's my baby, and you're taking over my baby. Like, the fuck? There's a rumor, and I think it's quite true. Blake actually never bothered to read the book. Did Blake Lively read It Ends With Us? Friedman told Megyn Kelly that Lively hadn't read the book and the film was based on, and she did not understand some of the content of the movie, leading to confusion on set. It's like, what, 350 pages? It's not like a very intellectual book to read. You're not reading like, I don't know, Robert Greene. It's a rom-com turned not into rom-com. But I think you assumed it was a rom-com. And I love the smart move of Baldoni's lawyer to kind of like,
Oh, you accused me of having a smear campaign against you? Let me accuse you of actually having smear campaign against
me. Like, this is so hilarious. The reality is that Lively and her team carefully planned and implemented a vile smear campaign against Baldoni and the Wayfair. Can we be honest? When you hire a PR like agency to destroy the, like, is that illegal? I mean, both of you do that. Like, that's why you both fucking hire these PR agencies, tarnish each other's reputation and image. So I wouldn't complain on both of your ends to do a smear campaign. I don't think smear campaigns are illegal, especially if they're based on the truth, right? Like, you're not skewing the facts. Now we get to the juicy part where Taylor Swift is involved. Apparently, Justin was summoned, and I'm using the word summoned, to the penthouse of Ryan and Blake. You know what? They used to summon, you know why. It's not like they invited him. They were like, hey, yo, Kelani, get your ass over here. You know, from Blackiana.
Kiyomi, get your ass in here. Come on, girl.
Basically, he was forced to come. Her husband started to kind of like applaud her script.
Being like, oh my God, what she's done is great. Don't you think it was great?
And then guess what? Taylor comes up. Taylor, we don't know who yet, which Taylor. There's a bunch of Taylors. There's men Taylor and woman Taylor. Also praising the script and what Blake has done to the script. Justin is fucking smart. I don't think he's like that super nice and like super empathetic and stuff like that, but he's smart, let me tell you that. He texted her, I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And would have it felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. Emoji. The motherfucker smart. And CNN basically reached out to the representatives like of Baldoni and whatever, everyone's team, and asking if Taylor is Taylor Swift, and they're like, yeah, this is Taylor Swift. And let me tell you, they confirmed that very swiftly. Okay, God, I'm sorry. When Justin was there and everybody like started to praise Blake's script, you gotta be, you know, less than dumb to not understand the subtext of this. You gotta take her script. She's more popular. Fuck you. And I know a lot of people are now calling Taylor Swift the mean girl and like, oh, I knew. There's also another team, Taylor fans, saying, oh yeah,
Taylor was manipulated, and she promoted his movie because she was manipulated.
honey, she's a grown woman. One thing Taylor, we're not gonna like take away from her is intelligence. This bitch is smart like as fuck. I think her IQ is like over 150. Let's be honest. To my surprise, I will actually defend Taylor Swift here because I am very fair. I don't like shit on a celebrity because I just don't like them generally. If I was best friends with Blake and she asked me, hey, could you help me out? I think my script is better. I'd be like, bitch, I got you. Like if my friend asks a help, her professional career, whatever, I got her. I'll be there. I'll do everything I can, especially if I'm powerful. I will do it. I will do it because she's my friend. Justin still played along. He kind of was like, okay, fine, let her take over a little bit of this movie and take more of a like creative control. When he did play along, she also was nice. Right after this meeting, she wrote to him, oh, that's very appreciated. She wrote, I have no motives except to you to win. Is it for you to win? I have no motives except for you to win. English girl. If you win, I win. If you win, our movie wins. We are aligned, and I will bring everything I have to this. That reads psycho to me, but okay. We're getting into the part where she compares herself to the villain of Game of Thrones. She basically compares herself to Khaleesi. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Right after that meeting with Taylor and Ryan, right? She basically says that she's Khaleesi, and she says, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons, for better or for worse. But usually for better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I promise you. Basically, honey, this is threat. I have powerful dragons, and if you'll be on my side, I'll protect you. But if you're gonna go against me, I'll use my dragons against you for the worse. Blake, you're the villain. You're the villain here, and I love it. I love it. Like, listen, honey, I'm a bad bitch myself. I'm a mean person. I don't hide it behind the mask and pretend to be nice and good. And I think you should, it's time for you to peel off that skin. Just come out and be a mean bitch. Just like me and your Taylor Swift. So as we know, Lively claimed that basically he was the one who led to her downfall and smeared her, but he says, no, it was you, because you were tone deaf and disastrous kind of movie promotion. And she, as you know me, the alcohol line and called it Rile You Wait. Why would you call your alcohol line in the name of your abuser? Like, I know people also like feel bad about the hair care line, but apparently the hair care line was like in production for years and years, but the movie kind of stalled because of the strikes, saga, maga, whatever the fuck it's called. And the movie got released later, and it got to kind of clash with the release of her hair care line, so I don't blame her for that. But the writer of the book, Colleen, made makeup and polish in the name of this book, red and purple, and called them like slap me hard. Why I am not on her side. First of all, she was cast as an actress and somewhat of a director as well. But then she decided to take over completely of this movie because she thought she can do a better job. She basically tried to take over the movie, let's be honest, right? I am not discussing the sexual harassment right now. Even if it happened, I think the best she could have done is to say no and walk away, because she has the money to say, fuck you, no, or like deploy her husband. I know she was maybe she was invested in this project, but she didn't read the book. I don't really think she was that invested. But you know what I mean, right? It's so unprofessional what she's done. She just tried to take over, and she forced them to write a letter for her. So she wins one of these awards that basically says that she was the one who basically led this movie. And they didn't want to write this letter for her. Choosing your outfits, which backfired, hunty, because like completely drove the wardrobe people insane. They already picked out the wardrobe for Lily Bloom. She's like, no, I have a vision for how she's supposed to dress. And the outfits were so bad because it's extremely unauthentic to her. She would look incredible in a nice dress, like, because that's authentic to her. But dressing like a hipster, when you're not a hipster at like 30 something, when I see like also like 30-year-old hipsters, guys with like beanies and stuff, I'm like, and then she took over the music as well, right? I'm sure, like, listen, I haven't watched the trailer, I haven't watched the movie, but I'm 100% sure Taylor is like written all over it, which is, I bet $100. If Taylor is not in this movie once, I'll pay that person who like comments, no, Taylor was not in this movie at all. like her music. I'll pay $100, but I'm sure she was in everything as usual. Then she took over the editing as well. She basically fired the team that was editing this movie and hired her own editing team. And allegedly, according to him, I hope there's receipts, that his movie outperformed her take, and basically we still went with hers because she threw a tantrum. Generally, I do think that she has more power than him, 100%, because of her husband and her connections to Hollywood versus him. I've never heard of him in my life. Oh no, my battery's dying. But we know that basically she claimed that he body shamed her, you know, because she was way too heavy, aka for him to pick her up. And there was no scene where he needed to pick her up. And without her consent, he called her trainer and like, you know what, how much does she weigh? I want to pick her up safely. She should lose weight within the next 2 weeks before we shoot that scene. Basically, that's what she claims. And I'm like, honey, I would get offended too, right? I would, if I was actually fat. But Blake, you're not fat. Like, even after you gave birth, you were not fat at all. You were like completely normal. You've lost weight since, of course, then the baby weight, right, as they call that. If somebody would call me dumb, I wouldn't get offended because I know I'm not dumb. If somebody would call me ugly, I would cry. To me, this whole screams Blake Lively throwing a tantrum, not getting what she wanted, trying to take over the film, trying to take over the license of the next film, shutting him out to the basement during the premiere. She's completely unprofessional. And like with Ryan, right? Let's go back to Ryan. He first of all wrote a couple of scenes and nobody knew about it. First of all, you have to get the permission of that. He's a third party. He's not supposed to get involved into this to begin with. I don't give a shit if he's your husband or not, right? And it was during the writers and the actors strike. You're not allowed to do any work during that, and you violated that rule. So basically that's already problematic, honey. Major edits to the script when you already as an actress agreed to the script. Stick to your duties, hunty. Like, there are some huge shitty writers and directors, let's be honest. Riverdale, is one of them. Like, there's some like really bad choices and bad dialogues. I think then people should speak up, definitely. I don't know, I haven't watched the movie. Maybe it was a shit show, but you have, again, the money to walk away and be like, no, because it's his project at the end of the day. You don't need this money desperately or like come back to the screens, right? Because I'm sure Harvey Weinstein did supported your candidacy in every movie. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Let's talk about the sexual harassment, by the way. I didn't say it didn't happen. 95% of all sexual harassments are done by men to women. But let's not forget you worked with Woody Allen. I could never still forgive Miley Cyrus and Selena Gomez too for working with Woody Allen. And we know you're kind of friends with Harvey Weinstein. He advocated for you to play in Great Gatsby and like one of the roles, and I think he financially supported one of your companies or something like that, one of your ventures. With Woody Allen, one of the like daughters or sons, I don't know, campaigned and asked people not to work with Woody Allen. He's not only a sexual predator, he's also a pedophile. He married his own stepdaughter. Imagine seeing a like 10-year-old girl and you're like, this is my future wife and she's my daughter at the same time. And you work with that guy. I would say you're kind of using this woman thing whenever it's convenient for you. A lot of people, a lot of women do not have this, again, fuck you money to walk away from this kind of situations. I will probably work with some of predators and whatever because I need the money. I need to work and I cannot say no, but you can. You always could because you were born into a very rich family. You don't have to and lick asses of other people to make it in Hollywood, you know? I have to do that because I have no connections. I have nobody. I am a nobody, you know what I mean? You're coming from the position of power. And back to Ryan Reynolds. It was very unprofessional of you to always kind of bring him along everywhere. We're adults. Why are you bringing your husband on the set? Apparently, Ryan also mocked Justin during the movie Deadpool. Whoever watches that shit anymore? Okay, never mind. But I mean, it's a free world. He can mock you if he wants in his movie. I mean, even though it's like a direct dig, but his name is Nice Puma. It's a free world. He can make fun of him if he wants. You know what I mean? But I think Justin bringing in Taylor Swift at the end of the day, her name was a bad idea because, honey, you should never go against Taylor Swift as a man. You're gonna be fucked. But let's see how this turns out. But I don't think it's gonna be so positive for him. As for Blake, she did lose her reputation among people, but Justin, he was dropped by everyone and he lost a lot compared to her just by her publicly filing the civil complaint and cherry-picking evidence. And I would be on your side, Blake, if when you filed the lawsuit, you would show the full text messages, if you'd be actually honest, and if you actually conducted yourself properly on the set. But when you were extremely yourself hard to work with as well, it does not excuse your behavior. Fine, accuse Justin of sexual harassment. I'm not saying anything. I'm not defending him for that. but I'm not defending you either for just being a clueless woman. It's wrong for him to sexually harass you if that did happen, and it's wrong for you the way you acted, try to take over the movie, and then rewriting the script, bringing your husband in. I'm not defending that either, honey. I'm sorry, this is not completely unprofessional, but yeah. It always takes two to tango. I think she tangoed way more than him in this situation. But I don't think both of them are like super innocent. Like I think it just, you know what I mean? Basically casting her was a mistake. Like why he casted himself as a main guy character as well. Because I know she was supposed to be in her early 20s. She's not in her early 20s, so it doesn't fit the character. Also the outfit choices, again, she didn't read the book because the outfits didn't really match him. He's like 40. I don't know how old the guy's supposed to be in the book, but anyways, thank you so much. My name is Akma, and this was Notsohot Show. Make sure to stream my new song called Just the Two of Us. We can make it if we try. It's like inspired by Bill Withers. Just the two of us, but it's like a cool rendition of that. You're gonna love it. Check it out on my Spotify. The link is below. And tell me what you think. Tell me whose side are you on. I personally side on his side a bit more than hers because he just has more receipts, and I'm here for it. I'm here for him to take down the Hollywood elite, because we all simpletons, we all mortals like to watch the downfall of rich and famous people, don't we? We just live for that, because we want to eat the rich, but we can't. We got no power. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a good weekend. Ciao.
So hot show. That's hot. No, it's not. Like literally.